How women get addicted to men, it doesn't start with obsession. It starts with feeling seen. Have you ever met someone who made you feel special in a way you haven't felt in years? Like suddenly your phone lights up, and your heart lights up too. And without realizing it, your mood begins to depend on that one person. That's where it begins. It's not weakness. It's not stupidity. It's human. Many women don't get addicted to a man. They get attached to how he makes them feel. And when life at home feels heavy, when family is critical, when communication is broken, when loneliness becomes normal, that feeling becomes powerful. Maybe she grew up in a house where love was conditional, where praise was rare, where she had to earn affection by being good. Or maybe she's married but emotionally alone. Her husband works long hours. Conversations are short. Arguments repeat. She feels invisible. Then someone comes along who listens, who compliments her, who says, "You deserve better," and suddenly, she feels alive again. It's not about the man. It's about the emotional oxygen. Psychologically, this makes sense. When someone gives us attention, validation, and unpredictability, the brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is the same chemical linked to pleasure and reward. If that attention is inconsistent, sometimes warm, sometimes distant, it becomes even more addictive. It's called intermittent reinforcement. The brain starts chasing the next high, the next text, the next compliment, the next apology, and without realizing it, she's not attached to him. She's attached to the cycle. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria is 38, 2 kids, busy life. Her husband isn't a bad man, but he stopped noticing her years ago. No compliments, no deep talks, just bills, chores, and schedules. At work, a colleague starts talking to her. He laughs at her jokes. He asks how she's feeling. He remembers small details. The first time he said, "You're really smart, you know that?" She went home and cried in the shower. Not because she loved him, but because she forgot what it felt like to be valued. Weeks pass. She starts checking her phone more. She waits for his messages. Her mood depends on his tone. If he's warm, she feels beautiful. If he's cold, she feels anxious. That anxiety, that's attachment mixed with fear of loss. Another story. Jasmine grew up with a distant father. He was physically present but emotionally unavailable. She learned early that love meant chasing attention. As an adult, she finds herself attracted to emotionally unavailable men. When they pull away, she tries harder. When they give attention, she feels relief. Her nervous system confuses anxiety with love. This is important. Sometimes what feels like love is actually your nervous system trying to fix an old wound. When someone triggers both comfort and fear, your brain becomes hyper-focused on them. You replay conversations. You overanalyze messages. You lose yourself slowly. And society doesn't help. Modern life is lonely. Families don't sit together like before. Parents are busy. Friends are distracted. Social media shows perfect relationships. So when someone gives intense attention, it feels rare, and rare feels precious. But here's the truth. Real love doesn't make you anxious every day. Real connection doesn't make you question your worth. Addiction feels urgent. Love feels safe. If you feel like you're addicted to someone, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself gently, do I miss him? Or do I miss how he makes me feel about myself? There's a difference. Now let's talk about what actually helps. First, rebuild your emotional independence. This doesn't mean stop caring. It means stop outsourcing your self-worth. When your confidence only comes from one person's attention, you give them too much power. Start small. Limit how often you check your phone. Delay replying sometimes. Create space. Not to punish them, but to remind your nervous system that you are okay without constant validation. Second, reconnect with parts of yourself you ignored. Many women shrink their world around a man. Hobbies disappear. Friends fade. Dreams pause. Bring them back. Call that friend you stopped talking to. Go back to the gym. Start painting again. Take a class. When your world expands, one person stops being your whole world. Third, understand your attachment style. If you feel extreme anxiety when someone pulls away, you may have an anxious attachment pattern. This often comes from childhood inconsistency. This isn't your fault, but it is your responsibility to heal. Therapy helps. Journaling helps. Learning about emotional triggers helps. When you understand your pattern, you stop blaming yourself and you stop romanticizing emotional chaos. Fourth, look at actions, not words. Addiction feeds on promises. On maybe. On one day. Healthy relationships are built on consistent behavior. If someone only shows up when it's convenient, if they disappear and come back, if they keep you confused, your nervous system will stay hooked. Clarity is healing. Fifth, strengthen your relationship with yourself. This sounds simple, but it's deep. Spend time alone without distraction. Take yourself out for coffee. Sit in silence. Notice your thoughts without judgment. When you become comfortable alone, you stop settling for emotional crumbs. Let's be honest. Some women stay addicted because the pain feels familiar. Loneliness feels scarier than chaos, but chaos drains you slowly. Peace feels boring at first, because your body is used to drama. Healing takes patience. You won't wake up one day and suddenly not care. You'll wake up and care a little less, then a little less. Then you'll realize your heart is calm, and calm is powerful. If you're in this situation right now, if you're checking your phone every 5 minutes, if your stomach drops when he doesn't respond, you are not crazy. You are responding to emotional conditioning, but you can retrain your mind. You can choose stability over intensity. You can choose peace over adrenaline. And maybe the real question isn't, how do I stop being addicted to him? Maybe it's, how do I become so emotionally whole that I don't need someone to complete me? That's where freedom begins. Not in cutting someone off dramatically, but in slowly choosing yourself. Little by little. Take a deep breath right now. Notice that you are still here, still breathing, still capable of change. You deserve a relationship where your nervous system feels safe, where your heart isn't racing in fear, where love feels steady. Addiction is loud, peace is quiet. Choose quiet. And if this message felt like it was speaking directly to you, stay connected with peace of life. You are not alone in this. Take a deep breath. You deserve peace.